the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking.
Hello everyone, this is China Chicken, and I wanted to do a box score breakdown of the Buffalo Bills versus Denver Broncos game. It was the first playoff game in the Wildcard for both teams. The Bills ended up winning 31-7. Huge win for the Bills. I'm a huge Bills fan. And just so you know, if you guys don't know, I have a pug, and she's here sitting on my lap, so you might hear some pug snorts in the background. So anyways, let's go through this game. So Denver's passing, Bo Nix went 13 for 22, 144 yards, 1 touchdown. He did take 2 sacks, but he threw 0 interceptions. I was really impressed by him, honestly, as a rookie quarterback. Just his demeanor in the game, you can tell he was really locked in, and he did get a little rattled, but, you know, it's playoff football in the NFL. That's bound to happen, and he's a rookie quarterback. So I thought Bo Nix played really good, and Denver should be really excited for what they see from him in the future of their team. So great game for him, even though he didn't have the best numbers. But Josh Allen went 20 for 26, 272 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. He did take 2 sacks, which all year he only took 14. So that's quite a bit for him. And then his rating was 135.4. He pretty close to a perfect rating. And honestly, I don't even think he played his best game. He missed some throws there to Cooper and Coleman that I can remember. But anyway, great game for Josh. He deserves MVP. I don't know if he'll win it this year because of Lamar, but man, we'll see. Talking about Lamar, very excited for that game next week. Bills versus Ravens, Sunday at 6:30. It should be a hell of a game. Anyway, we'll go on to Denver's rushing. Bo Nix led the rushing charts for Denver. He had 4 carries for 43 yards, 10.8 yards per carry, and he had long of 18. So good job rushing for Bo Nix. See, he can do it all. He can run, he can throw. Javonte Williams, 7 carries for 29 yards. That's something they need to work on, as their run game is not very good. Although it was 4.1 yards per carry, they just got, after the beginning of the game, just completely got shut down on offense, so they had to throw a lot more. Other than that, not too much. Bills' side of rushing, James Cook had a hell of a game. 23 carries for 120 yards, 5.2 yards per carry, and a touchdown. His long was 19 yards. Josh Allen, 8 carries for 46 yards. Ty Johnson, 9 carries for 44 yards. Very productive game on the ground for the Bills. Ray Davis, rookie running back, only had 1 carry for 3 yards. He did get injured in the game. Hopefully he's okay, and hopefully he'll be back for the next game. Denver receiving, Cortland Sutton led the way with 5 catches for 75 yards. You could tell out in the field he was the only one that was doing anything for Denver after that opening touchdown, which we'll talk about now. Troy Franklin, 2 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown. He had that long 43-yard touchdown opening drive that scared Bills fans a little bit. Broncos went up 7-0, but Bills ended up scoring 31 unanswered points. So after that, not much on the receiving charts. It was Cortland Sutton pretty much all game after that. You could see he had 9 targets, 5 receptions. So Bills receiving side, a little surprising here. Curtis Samuel led the way with 3 catches for 68 yards. He had a touchdown, and that was a long touchdown, 55-yarder, and on 3 targets. So perfect game for him. Khalil Shakir, also perfect game, 6 catches for 61 yards on 6 targets. Dalton Kincaid also had a good game, 3 for 47 on 3 targets. Dawson Knox, 2 for 38 on 3 targets. Ty Johnson, 2 for 26 and a touchdown on that 4th and 1 play, barely keeping his legs in bounds, got his knee down, and again, that was on 2 targets, so hell of a game for the Bills there. Cooper and Coleman got involved a little bit more. Cooper only had 2 catches for 8 yards, kind of crazy, and Coleman 1 catch for 5 yards. But hey, they found the open receiver, and Curtis Samuel, Shakir, and Kincaid were the guys. So I'll go down there's no fumbles on either team. Denver's defense, 10 total tackles for PJ Locke. So good game for him. Cody Barton also had 8 tackles. A bunch of guys with 7 tackles. Had a couple sacks. DJ Jones had a sack. Zach Allen had a sack and another tackle for loss and 2 QB hits. So great game for Zach Allen. He's looking like a stud out there. Patrick Surtain, the future defensive player of the year, cornerback, had 5 tackles, but he didn't have any passes defended. The Bills kind of threw at him a little bit. I was surprised at that, but yeah, other than that, not too much on Denver's side. Bills defense, Terrell Bernard led the way with 6 tackles. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. Only 6 leading the way. Matt Milano had 5. Taron Johnson also had 5. Bernard had a tackle for loss. Milano had a sack. Benford had a tackle for loss. It must have been on a run play. Don't remember that. Greg Rousseau had a sack and a tackle for loss. So great game for the Bills there. A couple QB hits in there too. I know I saw a stat watching the game that Bo Nix got pressured like 57% of his dropbacks, which was a high on the season. So Bills' defensive line did a great job, and they schemed up some good blitzes and got to Bo Nix and rattled him a little bit. 0 interceptions from either side. Yeah, there was no turnovers in the game at all, I don't think. Kick returns, nothing too crazy. Ty Johnson had some actually big kick returns, 33-yarder. Punt return, Khalil Shakir actually did a good job coming in for Codrington, who got hurt last week. Shakir had a couple good returns. Bass was perfect on the game, 3 for 3 field goals, 2 for 2 extra points. We need that to continue throughout the postseason here. Will Lutz, Denver's kicking, he missed a field goal. It was a 50-yarder right before halftime, I believe. So, yeah, anyways, great game, playoff game. I love the Buffalo Bills. I love playoffs. I love the NFL. It should be an awesome game next week, Bills versus Ravens. So I'm very excited for that divisional playoff matchup. Again, 6:30 Sunday. Leave a like, subscribe. Let me know if you want me to do any other box score breakdowns or any other reactions to anything. And have a great day, everyone. Go Bills.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking.